It is my honor to announce the winner of the 1993 John W. Heisman Memorial Trophy awarded to the best college football player in the country. And that winner is Charlie Ward of Florida State University.
1993 has truly been a dream season for Charlie Ward, having broken or tied 9 season marks and 8 career marks at Florida State. And back in 1987, we knew there was something special about the quarterback at Thomas County Central High School. He rushed for 1,000 yards and passed for 1,900 and accounted for 25 touchdowns. In this 93 season, in Game of the Year 1, it was Charlie Ward helping to blow out the Canes 28-10 in Tallahassee. Game of the Year 2 took place at South Bend, Indiana, when Charlie Ward helped lead an amazing comeback, and the Seminoles were within 1 pass in the 4th quarter of knocking off the Fighting Irish. Then in Gainesville, in the last game of the regular season, Ward pulled off an amazing swamp thing. Ward to Dunn for the 4th quarter touchdown, and Florida State kept its chance at a national title. Sunshine Network presents Charlie Ward, a Heisman celebration. We welcome you live to Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. It's a chilly evening here in the state's capital, but several thousand fans have joined us here. Hi, everybody. I'm Barry Milligan, along with Keith Jones, and there are indeed thousands of people in the house tonight as we're honoring one of the great athletes of all time here already at Florida State, Keith, Charlie Ward.
Absolutely, and Barry, when you talk about fans of Tallahassee and Florida State coming out, you're not going to believe the crowd that has turned out on this chilly evening to come and celebrate this Heisman Trophy that Charlie's brought back. Everybody is just unbelievably proud.
You see the stage set up right behind us. It's going to be a stage full of dignitaries tonight, including Charlie Ward, Bobby Bowden, and some members of the Orange Bowl that will be here to make a special presentation. But, of course, we're honoring Charlie because he just won the Heisman Trophy. This past Saturday at the Downtown Athletic Club in New York City, Charlie Ward was the recipient of this year's Heisman Trophy Award. And, Keith, I think the voting from around the country reflected the fact that everybody around felt indeed that Charlie Ward was clearly the best college football player in America this year.
Well, it's absolutely amazing. As you see the votes there, the first place in the total votes, the biggest margin only to O.J. Simpson, and way back in 1968, the margin of victory. And I think what's representative of that, Barry, is something that's unbelievable here in small Tallahassee, and that is the way the nation has embraced Charlie. There you see the biggest indicator of that. 91% of the first place votes going to Charlie Ward.
Now, of course, O.J. Simpson had more first place votes, but keep in mind there were many fewer voters back then than there were this year. And you think Charlie Ward, as you say, Keith, has been embraced by the nation, not only because of his personality, which has been almost a breath of fresh air when you talk about college and professional athletes. He's sort of a piece of Americana, as we saw earlier, coming from Thomasville, Georgia, and he's the pride of that town as well as Tallahassee.
Absolutely, and you're going to get a chance to see how proud everyone is of Charlie as we work through the night.
We got a great night ahead for you here on Charlie Ward, a Heisman celebration. Stay with us on Sunshine Network. We'll be back to kick off the program in just a moment.
At the Olive Garden, at the end of every bowl of crisp salad, every basket of breadsticks, and every smile, you will always find another and another. The Olive Garden Italian restaurant, where all the best of Italy is yours.
Spaghetti, lasagna, real Venetian chicken, pasta, fettuccine alfredo, manicotti with an Olive Garden gift certificate.
4 days.
Welcome back to Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. We're going to get right to the Charlie Ward, a Heisman celebration program. Let's go to the stage and join FSU Sports Information Director Wayne Hogan.
Saturday afternoon, that touched off 4 days of celebration up in our nation's largest city. Charlie was asked to appear at countless activities, national television, national radio. He was everywhere in New York, but one thing continued to ring clear in every appearance that he made, and that was that he could not wait to get back here to the people he loves to celebrate this. Last night we had the pleasure of being in New York City at the Marquis Marriott. 2,000 people attended a black tie gala to celebrate Charlie Ward's Heisman Trophy. There were in the crowd and on the dais 22 former Heisman Trophy winners. All of those men were there to welcome Charlie Ward into their fraternity. It was a night that most of us will never forget. The names read like legends. The very first Heisman Trophy winner, Jay Berwanger, he won the Heisman Trophy 58 years ago. He was there, the very first winner, 1935. There were others. It went on and on. Angelo Bertelli played for Notre Dame, was one of the honored guests last night. He was a Heisman Trophy winner 50 years ago. 50 years ago, he was on the dais last night. Guys like SMU's Doak Walker, Texas A&M's John David Crow, LSU's Billy Cannon, UCLA's Gary Bevan, the more modern players that all of you have had a chance to see play, the guys like Pittsburgh's Tony Dorsett, he was there. Texas's Earl Campbell, he was there. Oklahoma's Billy Sims. You could go on and on. There were 22 of them there. Now, one of the things that happened last night was O.J. Simpson was called to the microphone to talk about his memories of his Heisman Trophy. Can you believe it? 25 years ago, O.J. Simpson won the Heisman Trophy. And he stepped up there and he said this. He said that, you know, everybody talks about Super Bowl rings. You know, it's a great thing to have a Super Bowl ring. 2,500 men have Super Bowl rings right now in this country. They've played in the Super Bowl. He talked about halls of fame, football halls of fame. About 250 people have been inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame. But O.J. said, you know what? The smallest fraternity of all is the Heisman winners. Only 58 people in this country have ever won a Heisman Trophy. And Charlie Ward was one of them. Now, we are going to have a great night. There's going to be a lot of entertainment. You're going to have a blast. I can promise you that. We've got some great video tonight. I want to welcome the people who are going to join us here on the stage, and they're all very familiar faces. First, let's welcome this guy, and boy, I am so happy to be able to call him up here. He served for better than 15 years as the president of Florida State University. He's stepping down. As you all know, he is stepping down. This is his final month to serve as our interim president, and it is going to be one bang-up month, I can tell you that. It's already started. Let's welcome Bernie Schleiger. I told you this was going to be a great night. I told you it was going to be a great night. This next man was the catalyst for Florida State's move into the Atlantic Coast Conference. He is at the helm of one of the nation's finest athletic programs. He directs the program here at Florida State. Let's welcome Athletic Director Bob Goyne. Not only does Florida State University have its first Heisman Trophy winner, but the Atlantic Coast Conference has its first Heisman Trophy winner in Charlie Ward. Here tonight is the commissioner of the ACC, a great friend, Gene Corrigan. This next gentleman has been a great friend of ours over the last 4 days. Believe me, with all the events going on in New York City surrounding the Heisman Trophy, this gentleman was the guy that kept us going and became a great friend of Charlie's, a great friend of our whole athletic family. He has flown down today from New York to help us celebrate this event. He is the president of the Heisman Trophy Committee, Mr. Jack Farrell. Nice to have you here, Jack. And finally, I guess this guy needs no introduction. He has put our program on the map. He has achieved one of his... I know there are two things that Coach Bowden has wanted very badly. He's got the Heisman Trophy now. The second he's going to get on January 1st. Coach Bobby Bowden. Okay, there's much more to come. Let's bring on the Golden Girls. The Golden Girls, how about that? Okay, now let's have some fun. We're going to bring to you here some guys that you're all familiar with. Let's welcome the 1993 Florida State football team. Guys.
as the Seminole football team joins us. We're going to step aside for the moment and come right back with more on Charlie Ward, a Heisman celebration on Sunshine Network.
Monday, December 27th, the season's biggest event, a star-studded spectacular. 5 championship titles up for grabs. Futures will be made, and careers may end. The holiday tradition continues as World Championship Wrestling presents Starrcade 93. Monday, December 27th, live and only on pay-per-view.
RC Hills Quality Cars features better cars at better prices. And RC Hills guarantees instant delivery, instant credit approval, and RC Hills will arrange financing through national finance companies. So reestablishing your credit is no problem. And right now, RC Hills has discounted the entire inventory to give you an even better price on your next purchase. RC Hills 38-point inspection plan and warranty programs assure you of a quality car every time. For a better car at a better price, you gotta see RC. RC Hills Quality Cars with 3 convenient locations.
If you could take all of the beauty of China and the excitement of China with acrobats, dancers, authentic Chinese dining, and a whole new world of shopping, recreate all of this amazing country and place it right here in Central Florida, then you could visit China today. Splendid China.
Welcome back to Tallahassee, everybody. Charlie Ward, a Heisman celebration. Let's see what's all the fuss is about as we look at some Charlie Ward highlights.
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I ever met. I'm stuck on your heart. I hang out every word you say. Tear us apart. You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I ever met. Ooh, I'm stuck on your heart. to be a day to give the best of me. I'm only one, but not alone. My finest day is yet unknown. I broke my heart for every game to taste the sweet. I face the pain. I rise and fall, yet through it all, this much remains. I want one moment in time when I'm more than I thought I could be. When all of my dreams are a heartbeat away, and the answers are all up to me. Give me one moment in time when I'm racing with destiny. Then in that one moment of time, I will feel eternity. Oh, you're a winner for a lifetime. If you seize that one moment in time, make it shine. Give me one moment in time when I'm more than I thought I could be. When all of my dreams are a heartbeat away, and the answers are all up to me. Give me one moment in time when I'm racing with destiny.
And now, on behalf of the officers, governors, and members of the Downtown Athletic Club, along with the 918 national electors, it is my honor to announce the winner of the 1993 John W. Heisman Memorial Trophy awarded to the best college football player in the country. And that winner is Charlie Ward of Florida State University.
Escorted by his parents, Charlie Sr. and Willard Ward, the 1993 Heisman Trophy winner, Charlie Ward. As soon as we get Did I tell you this was going to be fun? All right, let's get on with the show. We want to hear from some people here. We get Charlie seated. Thank you, Charlie. Your turn comes. Charlie's been speaking so much in the last 4 days, he just walks to the microphone every time his name's called. You're going to have to wait, Charlie. We got a few people that want to say a few words to you and about you. Okay, first, you met him a little bit earlier. Let's bring to the microphone now the president of the Heisman Committee at the Downtown Athletic Club, Mr. Jack Farrell.
Thank you very much, Wayne. I can't tell you how honored I am to be here with you all to celebrate Charlie Ward's achievement. I've been a member of the home of the Heisman, the Downtown Athletic Club of New York, for over 30 years. I've been actively involved with the Heisman Trophy for all of that time. The Heisman Trophy was founded by club members of the DAC in 1935. For 59 years, those of us in the club have diligently, carefully, almost religiously administered the selection process and the award process. As a result, we're proud to say that the trophy has really become the universally accepted symbol of excellence for college football. During my involvement, I've come to know and observe many winners, all outstanding individuals. During the last 4 days at the club, I had the opportunity to observe our most current winner, Charlie Ward. And I tell you that my impression is that he fits right in, right up there with the greatest of those greats. I watched Charlie during the last 4 days receiving all of this adulation, this exorbitant attention. I was amazed at how well a young man like that could handle it as well as he did. And in the process, how well he represented Florida State University. I saw him at the televised presentation show with Jim Lampley and O.J. Simpson. He wasn't fazed a bit. I saw him at private club functions, which had to be terribly boring for him. He was socializing with 20 to 22 past winners, yes, even Steve Spurrier. He conducted himself extremely well, as though he was completely accustomed to being in that role. And you know, I had the opportunity to watch his parents, and I see where Charlie gets his traits. Fine people. But Charlie took it all in stride. He never appeared to be uncomfortable. I saw him address, here's a good one, I saw him address a room full of retired New York City detectives. They loved him. They swore him into their group and gave him an honorary badge. So he's now an honorary New York City detective, and that means he won't get any parking tickets in New York City. I saw him address, and this is one that impressed me, I think, the most. I saw him address a room full of Metropolitan New York high school all-stars. We brought them in for the occasion, as we do every year, to meet the winner. He gave them a classic textbook talk on his personal experiences, right from the heart. He was urging them to work hard, to shake off adversity. And that was the theme He told them that about his early rash of interceptions. In fact, he even told them that he used to see bumper stickers saying something about interceptions, I don't know. But he told them that he didn't let that get him down. He persevered, never gave up, and that's what he wanted them to do. He told them again that it was essential for them, when they go to college, to bring their values along with them. Don't leave them home. He urged them to apply themselves to their academics and to avoid trouble of all sorts, which is always out there. I saw him finally last night before 2,000 people in the Marriott Marquis Hotel on Broadway and 45th Street in New York City. He captured the audience, literally captured them, with his sincerity, his modesty, his humility, his sense of humor, and his self-confidence. He stressed the fact, he's wondering, who is this guy he's describing here? He stressed the fact that he owes it all to the Lord, his parents, and his grandparents. But most of all, to his coaches and to his teammates. I want to tell you that he didn't finish a sentence without talking about you guys. All of us connected with the Heisman Trophy are extremely proud of our newest winner. We're very proud of Charlie, just as you are. Thank you very much.
Hi, this is Spike Lee, and I want to congratulate Mr. Ward on a great season, and on this great occasion, I came up with a song for you. Here we go. Oh, now the lyrics, Charlie. Charlie Ward, Heisman Trophy winner. We won the national championship. Gotta beat them corn huskers. Oh. All right, Charlie, I'm not much of a singer, but peace, two fingers, good luck. I'm out.
Hi, Charlie and Seminoles. Greetings from ESPN. Well, we have the Beavis of college football. Where's the butthead of college football?
You got the butthead part right. I mean, Lee Corso is off, though. Right now, we have discovered that he's trying to put a game plan together for the Florida State offense. Charlie, beware. It could kill you. It could kill any hopes of a national championship.
You get that thing in the mail, put it in the shredder.
Oliver North has one he'll loan you, by the way.
Seriously, Charlie, we've enjoyed watching you this year. The humility, the way you've deflected credit to the teammates. Every time you open your mouth, you're a role model for everybody out there. Don't forget that.
Speaking of opening the mouth, we gave Charlie a ride the other night to a post-game party, celebration kind of deal before he won the Heisman Trophy. We couldn't keep him quiet.
I wish he'd stop his trash talking and his taunting, and he's a little too much, a little too verbose.
Pretty wild. I've been around some wild guys like Fowler, and Charlie, you're something else.
It's been a pleasure watching and covering you. Good luck to you down at the Orange Bowl, to you and the rest of the Seminoles and Coach Bowden. We'll see you down there in Miami.
Good luck, Charlie.
Hi, I'm Zell Miller, Governor of Georgia. And as a governor, I'm always concerned about my state's economic development. And frequently I found myself bragging about Georgia's very good export record. But perhaps the greatest export Georgia's had the last 4 years is Thomasville, Georgia's Charlie Ward, the 1993 Heisman winner. Charlie, you are an amazing athlete to watch. You have brought pride to your hometown and to your home state. And I know that I speak for all Georgians when I say we are proud to call you one of our own. What can I say about your exploits on the field? The Heisman Trophy speaks volumes. But we live in a day when real heroes and real role models are very few and far between. And you are an example for young people, both on the field as well as off the field. The word class is synonymous with the words Charlie Ward. Charlie, when you get back to Georgia, you need to come by and see me and give me a few pointers, because this governor's been one who's been sacked a few more times than he'd like to remember. And there's some who are planning to blitz me all next year. So any help you can give us, old quarterback, would be greatly appreciated. Congratulations on the Heisman Trophy. Best of luck to you in the Orange Bowl.
Well, of course, Charlie is very proud of his home state of Georgia. I'm sure we have a lot of people here tonight that have made the trip down from Thomasville and from all parts of South Georgia. We're so happy that you're here with us. We've even got a musical tribute to your state and to Charlie Ward. Now, Lindsey Sargent along with Pam Laws.
Georgia, the whole day through. It's an old sweet song that keeps Georgia on my mind. Georgia, a song of you sounds so sweet and clear, like moonlight through the vines. All the arms reach out to me, all the eyes smile tenderly, still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. I said, Georgia, Georgia, no peace will I find. I said it's an old sweet song that keeps Georgia, come on, keep me warm, Charlie, on my mind. Reach out to me, every smile tenderly, still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Oh, I said, Georgia, Georgia, no peace will I find. It's just an old sweet song that keeps Georgia on my mind. I said it's an old sweet song that keeps Charlie right here on my mind.
applause. Lindsey Sargent. You know, one of the greatest things that has ever happened to Florida State University besides Charlie Ward is a couple of years ago when Florida State joined the Atlantic Coast Conference. It has been a great ride so far in every sport. And I think the commissioner of the conference would agree that it worked out pretty well both ways. Let's meet Gene Corrigan now, commissioner of the ACC. Gene?
Thank you, Wayne. It is a particular thrill for me tonight to be here to see you greet Bernie Sliger. I have to tell you that like Bernie, I've been around a long time, and you meet very few people that you really consider to be extraordinary, and he truly is one. And the role of having Florida State come into the Atlantic Coast Conference, the role that he and Bob Goen played, there's no way I can overscore that. They were tremendous, they were easy to work with, and they made it good for everybody. So I come to say to Florida State, to this magnificent football team that you have here, to wish you the very best. You're the champions of the ACC, and 2 times in a row. And I can assure you that everybody in this conference is going to be pulling for you on New Year's Day when you're down there in Miami. This is the 40th year of the Atlantic Coast Conference, and the Atlantic Coast Conference has won 3 other national championships in football. In 1953, the first year of the conference, Maryland won it. They played in the Orange Bowl. In 1981, Clemson won it, and they played in the Orange Bowl. Georgia Tech didn't play in the Orange Bowl, but they got a piece of it in 1990. Florida State, 1994, right here. Let's get it. You know, everybody says so much about Charlie, and he takes it so well. But honestly, he is extraordinary. I think he's put a different face on football. First of all, he's got that grin. Have you ever seen a better grin in your life than he has? He is the best. I've had the chance to watch him play 8 or 9 times in the last 2 years, and he's just been amazing. But I think as Jack said, and as everyone seems to say, it's not what Charlie does on the field, it's just the kind of person that he is. I can understand why his teammates have come out here tonight, and while watching them, when Charlie and his mother and dad walked out here, that they were standing on their chairs applauding. I don't know many teams do that for a guy. Charlie, you're just the right kind of a guy. You're the kind of guy that athletics needs. It's absolutely perfect that you would be the best football player in the United States. And it's my pleasure to be here to honor you. Thank you.
Hi, Charlie. How you doing? I'd like to congratulate you on the Heisman Trophy winner. I think it's a major award, and I think you were very deserving of it. And I'd like to see you continue your success in the pros. And if you ever think about playing basketball, maybe I can see you on the playground somewhere. But I wish you a lot of luck. And once again, congratulations. You did a heck of a job.
First of all, excuse me, Charlie. I'm kind of suffering from a cold, but I want to congratulate you on having an outstanding season, both on and off the field. You definitely deserve winning the Heisman Trophy. Congratulations. It's got to be quite an honor for you. I also want to commend you on your faith in Jesus Christ, because we all know with him at your side, he makes everything possible. I want to wish you the best of luck in whatever sport you decide to choose from here on out, either it be basketball or football. But let me tell you one thing, that I don't think there's any more exciting or challenging position than to play quarterback in the National Football League. And it pays pretty well, too. I want to wish you and your team the best of success as you guys tackle that national championship. I'm sure you'll do your best, and I'm sure you'll come out a winner. And whatever you decide to do in the rest of your life, I'm sure you'll be successful because you have the right attitude, and I'm just proud to say that I know you. Congratulations, Charlie.
Well, they just keep right on coming. Everybody that knows Charlie Ward knows he is a great fan of gospel music. Tonight we have with us the Watson Temple Church of God in Christ Collegiate Choir. We really know how to do a celebration, don't we? It just keeps going, folks. It just keeps coming. Let me tell you, while they're breaking down here, today we had a proclamation delivered to the athletic department, and you may have heard about this. I'm going to just get to the very important part of this proclamation. It starts by saying, whereas the accomplishments of Charlie Ward throughout his entire collegiate athletic and academic career have brought fame and glory not only to Florida State University, but also the entire Tallahassee community. Now, therefore, I, Dorothy Inman Cruz, by the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Tallahassee, do hereby proclaim Wednesday, December 15th, 1993, as Charlie Ward Day in the city of Tallahassee. All right, when we started putting this together, we wanted to get all factions involved, and this next guy that's going to come up here to speak to you, you know him as number 85, but tonight you're going to meet him without the uniform. He is senior tight end Lonnie Johnson.
For so long, beautiful smile to hide the pain. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I would like to be.
It is indeed my pleasure, as well as a privilege, to stand before you in behalf of the 1993 Florida State Seminoles. You know, when I first met Charlie, I saw him as being different. And at that time, I couldn't say why I felt that way. So I began asking myself questions, such as, is Charlie different because of the way he walks or the way he talks? Or is it because he felt he would never have a chance to run FSU's offense? Perhaps that's why he never had much to say. Yeah, I think that's it. But did you know that it was not until this year that I really found out Charlie's true character? They say fame will change the way you walk and the way you talk. And the people you once associated with, you will no longer associate with them. I know now why I thought he was different. It was because his ability to remain the same all throughout his fame. Last night I spent hours in the library looking for a poem that would be suitable for this occasion. But out of all the poems I read, none of them seemed to express the way I felt. But then I recalled a song by Bette Midler entitled Wind Beneath My Wings. This song expressed exactly what I wanted to say. And it goes something like this. Hold on now, I wasn't planning to sing now. I was going to read it to you guys. Here it goes. It must have been cold standing in other people's shadow and never having sunlight shine on your face. To witness others exceeding probably made you want to walk a step behind them. They were the ones with all the glory, but Charlie, you were the one with all the strength. At that time, you were only a face without a name, but I never once heard you complain. It appeared you would go unnoticed, but I know you had faith in your heart. Charlie, and I believe we wouldn't be where we are today if it wasn't for you. Charlie, did you ever know that you are our hero. You're everything we hoped you to be. And now we can fly higher than the eagle with you as the wind beneath our wings. Chuck, we congratulate you on your awards, and we hope you have the best in your future. And I hope and pray that you will remain the same throughout all of your fame. Thank you.
Beautiful smile to hide the pain. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I would like to be.
It's been a great night so far, and a lot more yet to come. Here live from Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee as we continue on Sunshine Network with Charlie Ward, a Heisman celebration.
I wrote Metropolitan Mortgage to thank them for helping me with my credit card bills. 21% interest was eating me up alive. So I called Metropolitan for a home equity loan. Even though I'm single, I got the money to pay those cards, and with a much lower interest rate.
The other night I called Metropolitan Mortgage. I needed cash for my business. They said I could refinance my first mortgage at much lower interest rates, or I could keep my mortgage and get a home equity loan with small monthly payments. Now that's a choice I like.
Lately, I've only been able to find temporary work. I was 2 years behind in my taxes, and I needed money. Well, Metropolitan helped us with a cash loan from the equity in our home.
My son has major medical problems, and I needed to help him. I tried other places, but only Metropolitan looked at the equity in my home, not my age or income.
Metropolitan is standing by right now for a no-obligation inspection of your home and the cash you need. We're just a free phone call away. Dial 1-800-EASY-YES.
You can see all the NFL action every Sunday. Sit back. Let us do the work. ESPN NFL Primetime. We'll find every bone-crushing hit, search out every key play, and mix insight from our pros into television's fastest hour of football. NFL Primetime.
There's a new resort in your own backyard. Bucket's Bermuda Bay Hideaway and Bucket's Wine Bar and Grill. Antiques, four-poster beds, and romantic spas make your stay at Orlando's newest bed and breakfast inn a cherished memory. Complete wedding facilities overlooking Lake Rowena to include special parties and wedding receptions in Bucket's 30,000 bottle wine cellar. On Highway 1792 at Princeton, across from Orlando's Lock Haven Park, it's Bucket's Bermuda Bay Hideaway, Orlando's in-town bed and breakfast inn.
And we welcome you back to Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. Barry Milligan here along with Keith Jones. Keith, being a former player, have you ever seen anything like this?
Never witnessed anything like this in my life. If you're any kind of a sports fan or even a Seminole fan, you got tears in your eyes. We're anxious to get back to it.
All right, and right now, Governor Lawton Childs has joined the celebration. Let's join him.
Your teammates, your determination to succeed in the classroom as well as on the playing field, and your efforts to put family, community, and responsibility first. I hereby commend you as one of Florida's finest. Congratulations, Charlie.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to present Charlie with a special proclamation from the state of Florida, representing the governor's office, Miss B.B. Blunt. Charlie? All right, thank you very much. Let's get right to the great part of this program that everybody's been waiting for. I'll tell you, we love the governor, but we love Bobby Bowden even better. Bobby Bowden is here. Let's bring him up, Coach Bobby Bowden. Yes, sir. Right there.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a great turnout. I just want you to know I'm thankful to get to hang around with Charlie. He's taken me all over the country the last week. Last night he took me to New York, let me watch him get a trophy there. And Friday night I got to fly up to Louisville and pick up one of his trophies there. So I'm getting a lot of flying around just trying to keep up with Charlie. We're mighty proud of him, just like we're proud of you, and we're proud of those football players out there right now. I know it's a trite expression, but if you were in the coaching profession, you would know what we're talking about. And you're in likable professions and what you're in. But I think evidently one of the greatest, most desired characteristics of a football team is to have a group of boys who are unselfish. That's not a common trait anymore. Everybody's me, my, what, everything's for self. And one trait that this football team has shown probably greater than any I can remember is an unselfish attitude. I think it all started to show last year when we evolved into the shotgun offense that we're in right now. Never in my 41 coaching have I ever been willing to put an offense in the hands of one fella like we've done the last year and a half with Charlie. And let me say this, there's several examples of unselfishness that popped out. Number one, when we moved Charlie to the shotgun, he had to be surrounded by unselfish players. Because some of our players who had been playing a main role all of a sudden had to slide to the side, because we felt like we would be a better football team with this type of an offense. And so we had great unselfishness. Lonnie Johnson is as great example of that as we can think of. And at the same time, though, Charlie had to be unselfish, which he was, and which he is by nature. Because I think out of all of the awards he has received this year, out of all the honors, and I'm just amazed at Charlie, not only as a player, but to sit up there last night in New York and address 2,000 people, and they all got tux on, that'll drive you nuts, right there. And he sat there and talked to them like it was a Sunday stroll through Thomasville, Georgia, And so I'm just amazed at that. But again, the unselfishness of our football team and of Charlie just stand out. It makes us what we are today. This has been one of the greatest seasons I've ever been through. It's not over yet. We got one more, big game faced us down the road. And but it's been a struggle. But I was telling our football team the other day, how many times, just the last 7 years, how many times do you ever get a second chance? You don't usually get a second chance, do you? But we've been given a second chance. After our loss to Notre Dame, it was just assumed they would be number one and everybody would be trying to play Notre Dame for the national championship. And yet in 1 week's time, Notre Dame was out of there, and all of a sudden, Florida State got one more chance. I think back, as I was watching Charlie tonight, I think back to 1987, a football team with 11-1, was number 2 in the nation at the end of the year, led by a quarterback named Danny McManus. Then in 1988,
Chip Ferguson comes along and just erases all of Danny's records just about. Then 1989, Peter Tom Willis comes along and breaks all the records, you know. Then 1990 and 1991, Brad Johnson and Casey Weldon together broke all of the records, you know. Then, of course, 1992 and 1993, Charlie Ward came along and just broke off all their records. And I'm not going to sing it like Lonnie did, but the beat goes on. Before the season started, our football team, in our first meeting, we set as our goal, as we always do, to win a national championship. We have not done that yet. I would think probably if there is a second goal, it would be for somebody to bring home the Heisman to Florida State University and the city of Tallahassee. This football team, with Charlie Ward at quarterback, brought that Heisman Trophy home last week. And now, with one more of our goals unaccomplished, but the first time ever we've gone into the last game of the season with our fate in our own hands, a shot that if we win, Florida State would have its first national championship. I want to remind you, as I will remind our football team, Nebraska's number one, not us. We're number two. Nebraska is number one, and we must go down there and take it away from them. This football team, this 93 football team, has more leaders on it, I believe, than any team I've had. The spiritual leader is Charlie Ward. Charlie, you got it.
This is something new for me. When I usually come out like this, is usually with the team, and they're here, and I'm very grateful that they're here. And for Coach Bowden, I know he's been wanting me to come back, ready for me to come back, and Coach, I'm back, and I was ready to come back also. And if you're worried about me not being focused on anything, Coach Rick got the best of us today. We had a lot of film study, so I'm very prepared, ready to start practice again. But first, I'd like to thank the Lord for all He's done for me and my teammates and the fans and my family, because without Him, none of these things would be possible. And I'd like to send a shout out to my family. They're all in my immediate family is here, but a lot of my other friends and family from Thomasville, they made the trip, and I'm very grateful that I had the support from those guys, and they supported me all through my career, coming through high school. And I'm very thankful for them. And my family has done a great job of supporting me. They've gone all the way to New York, North Carolina, and they're going to Miami. They've been to all the places we've been. And my parents, I can't say enough about them because they're my role models. And like I tell my girlfriend that she's the best in the country, they're the best in the country. And I'm very honored to have such parents like them. And I'm just grateful that they're my parents, not someone else's parents. And they're great leaders. And people ask me, where do I get my leadership skills from? There you have it. Those two people right there. And to the students and the fans who's not just supporting myself, but my teammates coming out to the games and coming out to events like these, not just football but basketball also. To you, thank you. The Lord has blessed you. And I can't say much, about the fan support that we've had here the last 5 years I've been here. And y'all just haven't jumped on the bandwagon because you've been supporting Florida State for a long time. And during my 5 years, y'all supported us to the best. And I like to encourage you to come down to Miami, those who can get tickets. And those who can't get tickets, watch us on TV. I think that's the best seat in the house anyway. But wherever you are, just continue to support the Seminoles. Even after I leave, I can support the Seminoles. And it's a great family here. And I'd like to thank the coaching staff, starting with Coach Bowden. He was the one that gave me the opportunity because he's the head honcho of the group. I think he kind of doubted me coming from high school, but I just wanted to have a chance, and he gave me the opportunity, and I'm just thankful for him. And also Coach Rick for guiding me and leading me, even when I was doing bad, throwing interceptions. I think it was a team effort, though. But he's the guy that brought me out of the trenches when I was down, and it's very encouraging when you have a Christian coach. We have Bible study every day before meetings, and I think that's encouraging. And I think that every coach should do that because not just football you enjoy doing, but talking about the Lord, it should be also. And I encourage Coach Rick to please stay. Not just for myself, but for the other guys behind me, because I'm sure they're going to need the same support that you gave me. And Coach Easton, he's the guy that took over for Coach McDuffie after. Well, if I stumble over some words, it's because I'm cold. But he's the guy that took over for Coach Mack, and Coach Easton came in, told my parents that he would take care of me and that he would be my father here, and he's done a great job. He stayed on me about my grades, and now I'm getting ready to graduate, walk on Saturday, thank the Lord. And he's done a great job, and I have to commend him on such a fine job that he's done with his wide receivers here. They're the guys who've caught my passes, and they've done a great job catching passes. All the balls went perfect. I attest to that, and I'm sure they can too. But they've done a great job of catching the ball when they needed to. And also, I'd like to thank my offensive line, fellas. Without you guys, it would be very tough for me to do anything. And I've seen a lot of quarterbacks go down. This year I went down one time, but that was my fault. So, you know, you guys have done a great job. And I just like to commend you on a great job this year. And also the running backs. My roommate, Ward. He's a little man, but he puts out big numbers and everything else. So thank you for being my roommate, and also the other guys, the other running backs. William Floyd, he's the only guy that takes up for me, I think. And I just like to thank him and also all the running backs for doing such a great job, and also the defense. I can't say enough about those guys. People doubted them at the beginning of the season because we lost Marvin and some other guys to the pros, and people never gave them a chance at the beginning. And they came out and shut everyone out. And then we got to a point where people started doubting them again around the end of the season because they were giving up some points. I mean, you're still winning by a large margin, but they were giving up a couple of points, and people started worrying about them and doubting them again. But fellas, I never gave up on you, and still not going to give up on you. And we still have one more game to go, and I think hopefully we can win this next game. We can have another one of these where we can have all the fans come out. Might be probably more people here, but we can have another one, and we can all celebrate it together. It just won't be an individual thing. And I like to say that that's my trophy, but behind, I mean, you see a lot of gold, not gold, but whatever it's made out of. You see a lot of that, and your names are inscribed on the inside. My name might be on the front, but you guys' name are on the inside of the trophy. And also I like to thank the administration for all they've done for me, especially Mr. Goin. I've gotten more community service work this year than I have in the past, but I'm very thankful for that. And Mr. Goin has done a great job with not just myself, but all the athletes. And the Say No to Drugs program and all the other programs that we have. And Mr. Goin, thank you for all your support, not just for myself, but for my teammates and all the other athletes. And I like to thank all the people who gave me awards and presentations here tonight, and Miss Law for the song. I wasn't embarrassed, fellas, but it was just something that she did, and it was fun. And also for Watson Temple Choir, they gave good selections. And if I haven't missed anyone, I'd like to thank all y'all for coming out. I know it's cold, but you all came out and supported not just myself, but Florida State University. And I'd like to thank you for coming out, and maybe we can have another one in January. See ya.
Junior, we've got one more thing to do. Sit down just for a second. It won't take long. I want to say, I received the letter today. I will not read it. I received the letter today. The letterhead on top of it says the White House. He says in his letter everything that you've heard about Junior tonight. As a player and as a person, he has brought much joy to many people. Football fans all over the country join us in saying, thank you, Junior. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe it proper and fitting that by the authority invested in me,
that I hereby proclaim that after January 1st National Championship game, the jersey number 17 will never be worn again by any Florida State football player.
Well, the fireworks aren't over yet. They're on their way right here, Keith Jones. What a night we've had, and we have more to come as Charlie Ward and Bobby Bowden are going to join us momentarily. But just an incredible evening, capped off by Bob Gowen's announcement that Charlie's jersey will be retired.
Well, a little bit of a surprise announcement. That's something that's usually not done at the same time that the athlete is going to wear it. A little unusual, but certainly well-deserved and a very fitting end to a great celebration. But stick around. We got a lot more to come. We're going to talk to him live.
Right here on Sunshine Network, it's Charlie Ward, a Heisman celebration. Stay with us on Sunshine.
Music enthusiasts everywhere. Now you can own 100 classical masterpieces in this 5-CD classic set. Experience the genius of the masters of classical music with compositions by composers such as Brahms, Mozart, Beethoven, Tchaikovsky, Wagner, and many more. This 5-CD set has over 6 hours of quality digital recordings performed by world-renowned orchestras and ensembles. You'd have to spend hundreds of dollars to collect these individually, but 100 classical masterpieces can be yours by calling toll-free. Ask for item number 101. Have your Visa or MasterCard ready. This is a prime value TV offer only and is not available in stores. You get all 5 CDs for just $29.95. So call 1-800-652-2112. That's 1-800-652-2112. Call now.
Monday, December 27th, the season's biggest event, a star-studded spectacular. 5 championship titles up for grabs. Futures will be made, and careers may end. The holiday tradition continues as World Championship Wrestling presents Starrcade 93. Monday, December 27th, live and only on pay-per-view.
For those who want to escape a gridlocked world, BMW has created the new all-season 325i convertible. It opens a whole new world, 365 days a year.
See Fields Motor Cars today and ask about their lease specials. Highway 1792, Longwood.
Impossible. At the Olive Garden, we don't know the meaning of the word if it means less than a genuine welcome or a generous helping, freshly made pasta or a friendly spirit, a wonderful meal or a warm smile. Impossible? It just isn't in our language. The Olive Garden Italian restaurant, where all the best of Italy is yours.
Serve Olive Garden favorites at your holiday party. Call and pick up Olive Garden parties to go.
Rothschild Big and Tall Men's Shops says warm up your holidays with these comfortable warm-up suits at very comfortable prices. Fleece warm-up suits in 65% poly and 35% cotton with full zipper in gray and jade and navy and blue. Fleece separates in striking 2-color combinations with banded bottoms. Choose from striking colors like violet, marine, blue, clover, and others. Only at Rothschild Big and Tall Men's Shops. Only till December 19th, 1993.
welcome you back to Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee for Charlie Ward, a Heisman celebration. And what a celebration it's been over the last couple of hours here, as I'm joined again by Keith Jones and Coach Bobby Bowden. And Coach, as you alluded to earlier in your speech to the crowd here, I don't think there's any one word that perhaps best describes Charlie is leadership. You know, you can have a lot of talent, but boy, it takes leadership to even have a chance to have a great team.
He's got the whole package. There's no doubt about it. There are a lot of great football players that maybe do not have leadership ability or do not have good character. You know, Charlie has it all, though. And his leadership is a natural leadership. He doesn't have to plan for it. He doesn't have to cheerlead. He is just a natural leader.
Coach, as you travel around the country and as Charlie's been with you and as you've been by yourself, have you ever seen a country embrace a single athlete at the college level like you've seen this year?
Because last night I was in New York at the Heisman presentation. It was a black tie dinner with over 2,000 people all over the country. All of the former Heisman Trophy winners were there, or most of them were there. And the things that they said about Charlie Ward was unbelievable. Not only did he win the award by an outstanding percentage, but the way he presented himself, it seemed like all the other Heisman Trophy winners, O.J. Simpson all the way back down to the very first one, recognized Charlie for the type of man he was, and they were so proud to have him in their fraternity.
You know, Coach, you've had to deal with an awful lot of distractions over the last few days, not the least of which, of course, is Charlie's Heisman Award and traveling around the country. Your offensive coordinator, Brad Scott, going to South Carolina. The confidence level now as you get back to business, where are you?
Well, we have had more distractions this year than ever, but they've been good distractions. Brad Scott, I think it's great for him. Charlie Ward winning the Heisman, I would think that's the second greatest honor we could have this year. I think number one would be if Florida State University could win a national championship. But that's behind us. I think when you have people like Charlie Ward and Brad Scott and the type of staff we have and the type of players we have, I think they're all so proud of it, and they're all honorable men who I think we can count on doing their best, you know, that I feel very confident that we'll be fully prepared going into that Orange Bowl.
As you enter that contest, as you think about getting ready, you have the distractions as we've talked about, you have the Christmas season, you have to get ready during the holidays. There's also that little bit of thing we always talk about being that Heisman jinx. You know, in recent years, Heisman Trophy winners have not farewelled. Your prediction?
It's scary. I mean, when you think of the last four Heisman Trophy winners that went into the bowl game for the national championship, none of them won it. None of them won it. Think of Toretta last year. Charlie, it must be different. And Charlie, I'm sure, will focus on this thing. And but it's it scares you a little bit, doesn't it?
All right, we're going to take a quick break here, Coach Bowden. If you can, stay with us just for a couple of moments. We're going to step aside just for a moment, and then Charlie Ward, the man who we have been honoring all night, will join us here as we continue on Sunshine Network with Charlie Ward, a Heisman celebration. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
So, this guy asked me, why don't you cover bullfights? I tell him we do sports for sports nuts. Sports for people who can't wait to feel the power, the speed, the adrenaline. We also do sports the other guys wouldn't dream of doing, even with permission from their mommies. Let me tell you how we do sports. High-octane, heart-pounding, butt-kicking, full-tilt sports.
Florida college basketball fans, get ready for the dream matchup of the year as the Seminoles clash with the Gators in the 1993 Milk Challenge Classic. The Orlando Arena hosts this exciting holiday tournament that features the steady assault of Florida State and high-flying charge of Florida. Game 2 pits Rollins College against Florida Southern. Tip-off time is 7 o'clock, Saturday, December 18. The 1993 Milk Challenge Classic. For ticket information, call your local Ticketmaster location. The 93 Milk Challenge Classic.
Welcome back once again at Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee as Sunshine Network continues its coverage of Charlie Ward, a Heisman celebration. And the man of the moment, the man of the last week, I guess, joins us now, Charlie Ward. Charlie, as you mentioned earlier, you'll complete your education, graduate here from Florida State. You walk on Saturday, but you've had quite an education the last 4 or 5 days, too.
Well, I've learned how to speak, and I've heard Coach Bowden speak and Coach Kennedy and a lot of the other coaches and people speak, and I just try to follow behind those guys and do my best.
Charlie, as you look back and you think about coming out of Central, you took the year out, you went to TCC. Was there ever any time in the very beginning where you really thought, you know, you'd never be where you are today?
Well, actually, I never thought I'd be like this a year ago. And the Lord has blessed me to where He's given me some things, and I'm very honored that He's given it to me. And, you know, I've had good people around me, positive people, and I just thank Him for all He's done for me.
Coach, when you look back on it, there's been the story. We've heard so many things about, do we really want to sign Charlie out of high school? Coach Eason going after him, Coach Mack. You got to look back and kind of take credit for that yourself, don't you think?
Well, yeah, thank goodness our assistant coaches do all the scouting, and then they'll bring names to me, and usually on quarterbacks. I won't let them sign a quarterback until I approve them. That's one position I want to be involved in. And I had seen Charlie play in high school. I had seen him. I'd go to Prince see him on Friday night, and what I saw was a great running quarterback. Charlie just took the ball and ran all the football field, you know. But the coaches said, hey, the guy can throw the football too. So he came to Florida State, and he ends here 5 years later, the most prolific passer that we've ever had at Florida State University. And he's been tremendous.
That Thomasville connection certainly been well documented. Your old nemesis up there, Sean Jones, went to Georgia Tech, won a title. Eric Curry went to Alabama, won a title. You ready to complete that Thomasville trifecta?
Well, I'm trying, and my teammates and I are going to go out and practice as hard as we can and play as hard as we can, and hopefully I can bring another national championship back to Thomasville.
As you mentioned, Charlie, too, with all of the distractions you've had over the last few days, you were anxious to get back, and because there's still one big game of the year. You've had 3 huge ones already. One more big game of the year to get ready for.
Well, all the awards are fine and dandy, but you know, when it comes down to my team and my teammates, I feel as though it's more important. And winning a national championship is more important than winning a Heisman right about now. And 10 or 15 years down the road, the Heisman will be much better. That's when I'm out on my own, and I can enjoy my individual awards. But right now, I'm thinking about my team, and hopefully we can go out and win a national championship.
We need to step aside for the moment before we go to Coach Bowden. Best of luck. Thanks so much for joining us.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you letting the people of the state see this.
Glad to be here, I'll promise you. I'm going to try to keep Charlie one more segment here, and we're going to continue with our Charlie Ward, a Heisman celebration, right here on Sunshine Network. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The dawn of a new day brings forth a multitude of challenges. Here at Sunshine Network, it's more than just daily tasks, but our responsibility to bring you the best in Florida sports. Only one network in Florida is your home for the NBA's Orlando Magic and Miami Heat, the place to catch Shaquille O'Neal and hot shots from Glenn Rice. Only one network in Florida delivers the excitement of the NHL, featuring the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Florida Panthers. Only one network in Florida gives you a front row seat as the Florida Marlins square off with Major League Baseball's best. And only one network gives you the chance to talk directly to your favorite stars from the Miami Dolphins, including the winningest coach in NFL history, on the Miami Dolphins Monday Night Magazine. Florida's home for Florida's heroes is Sunshine Network, meeting your challenge to cover the best in Florida sports.
Welcome back to Doak Campbell Stadium, everybody. Barry Milligan, Keith Jones, and the man of the hour, Charlie Ward, as we continue with Charlie Ward, a Heisman celebration here on Sunshine Network. Charlie, a lot of us felt as if the NC State game might have been your last appearance here at Campbell Stadium. We're back tonight. We may be back one more time in January, if indeed the Seminoles can win it all.
Well, hopefully we can win it all, and it's going to take a great effort on our part to go out and win the game on January 1st, and I think our guys are prepared for this, and I think this night just brought even more cheers for us to go out and play our best.
Charlie, as you look ahead, you said, and you mentioned earlier tonight that you've seen some film on Nebraska. Coach Bowden referenced the fact that, going into the game, Nebraska is ranked #1, Florida State #2. As you look at that game, it's a rematch from last year in the rain. What do you see? What is it that you think offensively Florida State's going to have to look for against that Nebraska defense?
Well, when you have a month to prepare for a certain team, it's going to take a great effort on our part to go out and do our best. And I think offensively, we've had a better game plan than we did last year. And coaches have done a good job of simplifying and getting things to make our offense better this year. And I feel as though going into this game, we have more answers than we did last year.
You think, too, that Nebraska would like to see a little more Charlie Ward type play out of Tommy Frazier, the young man out of Bradenton Manatee, ironically, who went to Nebraska because they would allow him to be a little bit more of a runner in an option system.
Well, he's a great quarterback, and I see him as a throwing quarterback also. Whenever he gets an opportunity, he has a good live arm, and he throws the ball well and has great receivers, and his line blocks well. So he does a great job for him.
Charlie, I got to tell you, as a former Florida State athlete, as one of Bobby's boys in the late 70s, there's a lot of us that are now losing a little hair, a little bigger than we want to be, certainly a lot slower than we were when we were young, that have looked at you, admired you, appreciated you for what you've done, what you've represented, and though I am not related to you other than that connection, I got to tell you, there are a lot of us past lettermen that are just unbelievably proud of what you've accomplished.
Thank you, and one day I'll be the same way, and I'll be sitting up here talking to someone else maybe if I'm on a TV station, and I'm just happy to be a part of Florida State and the family that has been built here, and this is a great family, and I wouldn't change it for nothing.
Charlie, you've made a lot of the team concept, and a lot of people thought that Charlie Ward, in addition to what you've brought to the field, that your ability to bring an entire group of people, almost 100 people together, may have been the key for FSU this year to finally get a chance to win a title.
Well, Coach Bowden is the guy who really brought us all together, and then you have your individual leaders, such as the quarterback and the linebacker. There's always one guy who stands out and who's always on TV, and that guy's presented as the leader, and that's my job, and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm just going to have to take it in stride and continue to lead my guys in the right direction and do my best, do my part, and they'll do their part, and everything will come together as one.
Before we let you get away, too, I have to ask you about basketball. You had Pat Kennedy, Tom Carlson, Dave Zimroth were with you up in New York. I talked to Coach Kennedy, and he said he really thought that we rushed it a little bit last year in getting you into basketball. Do you have a set schedule? Will you definitely take some time off before you get into that?
It's going to be January 11th. My first basketball game, and I'll probably be practicing all the way up until then as far as on my own, and I'll probably come back after the 8th. I think we have a game on the 8th, and probably practice 2 days with the team and play a little bit on the 11th, and then continue to play from there.
Bad news for the rest of the AZC.
Absolutely. Charlie, we appreciate you taking your time to visit with us. We know that you got in, I guess, this afternoon. You haven't even been back to the crib to catch up on what's going on or even check the mail maybe. Last parting thought as you reflect back on Florida State and you reflect back on the Heisman Trophy and as you go into the Orange Bowl.
Well, all I can say is it's been a great memory and a great run, and now we're up to the last run, which is the national championship, and hopefully we can do that and have another celebration, and hopefully I can be talking to you again at another celebration.
Thanks, Charlie. Congratulations. Thanks for being here. It's been fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Charlie Ward, we're going to let Charlie finally go home and get a little rest now. He's got some busy days ahead. When we return, though, more to talk about on Charlie Ward, a Heisman celebration. Sports Information Director Wayne Hogan joins us. He'll talk a little about the national presentations that have been going on over the last few days. We'll be right back on Sunshine Network.
College hooping, fast breaking, monster jamming, quick releasing, net singing. Figaro, Sun 10, all thieving, coast to coast, sweet dishing, always finishing. No, that's right. Rim hanging, trash talking, floor mopping, cheerleading. Fancy dribbling, alley-ooping, fans love it, ranting, raving, Throw it, ace it, lay it, not in my house. No looking, driving, basket ringing, in your facing. Sunshine's hooping across the nation. Sunshine delivers holiday cheers in December. First, we'll hoop it up with college basketball and the Miami Hurricanes. Then burn it up with the Miami Heat and shack it up with the Orlando Magic. We'll also hit the links with some familiar faces at the Mitsubishi Motors Pro-Am and hit the ice with the Florida Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. The holiday spirit spreads across the Sunshine State. And this December, Sunshine Network leads the holiday cheers.
What time is it? Time for NBA action. A high-flying hoop show that's on top of the game. You get it all. Here's IJ. The hottest players and teams. LJ! Your favorite personality. And the greatest plays of the week. All this and more coming your way in NBA action.
Wednesdays at 6 on Sunshine.
Polyurethane treads, air cushioned heels, deep grooves, all designed to enhance performance, making these soles tough shoes to fill.
The Miami Heat are making strides, cutting, pivoting, leaping, doing whatever it takes to take the air out of the competition.
At Sunshine Network, we're not just showing off our shoes, we're showing that the Miami Heat have some tough soles.
The Cavaliers take on the Heat live Thursday night at 7:30 on Sunshine.
Welcome back to Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee as Sunshine Network continues its presentation of Charlie Ward, a Heisman celebration. Welcome back once again, everybody. Along with Keith Jones, I'm Barry Milligan. We're joined now by Sports Information Director Wayne Hogan. What a week you've had, too, traveling around the country. You're going to join the Million Mile Club if you don't hurry up and get Charlie graduated.
Charlie's going to wear us all out. I think before he's the only guy that's fresh, you know. We went to all these functions when we were up in New York, and all of us would be dragging, and Charlie'd be the freshest guy there. I don't know what the deal is. He's younger, I guess.
For those that are uneducated, including me, Wayne, walk us through the New York celebration and everything that surrounds the Heisman Trophy.
Well, what we found out, we didn't know a lot about it, to be honest with you, when we went up there. Of course, we wouldn't, not too many people know too much about what goes on, but I think the fun thing was that, once they announced the award, that's just the tip of the iceberg. That just pretty much sets up about a 3-day celebration. Charlie was taken to innumerable speaking engagements, national media opportunities, and things like that. The rest of us that were up there, we knew we had a pretty good contingent of our athletic staff and sports information people, and we were able to attend several functions every day. The best part of it was, to be honest with you, that they have the former Heisman Trophy winners come back. And there are several functions, and when you're in a room with 40 or 50 people, and half of those people have won the Heisman Trophy, and it's just a great experience. It's a great fraternity that Charlie's become a member of, and we were just lucky enough to tag along with him.
Now, of course, Wayne, too, players have to prepare, coaching staffs prepare. It's a big job for a sports information staff now to prepare also for a national championship kind of environment.
Well, and I think it's been a tough year for all of us. I got to mention Donna Turner's done a great job as our football media relations guy. Charlie mentioned her in his acceptance speech over the weekend, and it's just an incredible job keeping all that straight. And Charlie won the thing on the field going away. As far as sports information work, there's not a whole lot we had to do except for try to organize his day for him, because he does have to play football. He has to practice football, and if you don't watch it constantly, that can really get out of hand, and it can hurt his ability to play the game.
And as you mentioned earlier, the demands on it time for local speaking engagements, that type of thing.
And it's been tough. It's been one after the other. The best thing we can tell Charlie tonight is that we've told him, after tonight, you're free, you're going to practice. We're not going to ask you to do a dadgum thing for the next few days. You can get back to serious preparation for the Orange Bowl.
And in one sense of the word, too, Wayne, I guess your staff can also take a little bit of a sigh as you get ready for Nebraska. Although that's a national championship level, you're through to the Heisman hype.
We'll get our next breather, I think, about the 3rd of January, maybe. I think that's about when we can stop.
All right, Wayne, thanks for joining us. Best of luck in the Orange Bowl.
Great to be here. Appreciate you guys doing this.
Once again, congratulations to Wayne Hogan. Thanks very much to his staff, including Rob Wilson, Bob Berta, Joey Farolito, and a big congratulations to Kim McWilliams, who pretty much produced and coordinated this entire event. Mark Roden from Seminole Productions did a terrific job with all the video inserts, and thank you for joining us. Once again, congratulations to Charlie Ward on his winning the Heisman Trophy. We hope you've enjoyed our presentation to tonight of Charlie Ward, a Heisman celebration. For Keith Jones, I'm Barry Milligan. Good night, everybody.
Sunshine Network salutes quarterback Charlie Ward of the Florida State Seminoles for winning the Heisman Trophy, college football's highest honor. Sunshine Network and Florida State, the home of the Heisman.